The Sports County Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Frank Scelfo, head football coach, Southeastern Louisiana University.
Coach, thank you for taking the time with me the day before it all starts.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, it's a brand new thing going on out there, and we're looking forward to see where this journey takes us.
You know, your background, I met you at Tulane when you were an assistant at Tulane with your brother, Chris. Seems like yesterday, man, that the years have went by quick. But you were there a long time. You were there for a few years, a couple of days.
I was able to spend 11 seasons there started with Coach Stevens, and then Tommy Bowden, and then later on with Chris.
What, Coach, before, and then we're going to get to Southeastern, but you spent a lot of time coaching high school football in Texas.
I started in Louisiana. So it's
Prairie View, huh? Prairie View?
Prairie View High School, and then came down here to Jesuit, New Orleans, and went back up to River Oaks before moving over to Texas, where Nolan Viator, the father of current head coach Matt Viator, he hired me over there.
Yeah, I mean, you were at Vidor, Orange Fields, Chapel Hill, Kilgore, North Shore. I mean, that's some great programs.
Yeah. I was at Kilgore Junior College. That was it wasn't a high school. It was a junior college. So, good programs, good coaches, learned a lot, won a state championship in 1989 at Chapel Hill. And so it was a good journey.
You know, you and your brother both went to Northeast, correct?
Correct.
Did you think you'd be at the same college as your brother coming out of New Iberia?
Coming out of New Iberia, we never knew where we were going to be at.
You're a niche grad, though, right?
That's not a place that catapults a lot of people to a lot of different places. So we're fortunate enough to, have a good run.
And you played baseball at Northeast, right?
Yeah, sure did.
What position did you play?
I was a catcher.
Not an easy position to play, Coach.
Yeah. I signed a football scholarship with Coach Crow. He was the head coach at John David Crow.
Yeah.
And then ended up just going straight baseball.
The other Heisman Trophy winner from North Louisiana.
Yeah.
Spring Hill, right, Coach?
Spring Hill.
And played at Texas A&M, huh?
Correct. That's where he won the Heisman at.
You are the grandfather of the Southland Conference all of a sudden.
Yeah. Timmy got out, and I'm going to miss him. He's going to miss, but Tommy Ryback is going to do a great job. He's been there with him for a long time, and he's a good coach. They've done a good job against us through the years. But the conference is getting better and better every year.
8 years already coming up, right?
This will be 8. Yeah, it sure will.
I mean, man, 7-5, had a good season this past year. 3 playoff appearances with Southeastern. Is that correct, Coach? 3?
Yeah. I felt like we should have got one this past year. You know, I thought we had our resume was pretty good, and they just sometimes the metrics don't line up with what they're saying each year in and year out. So they want you to have a good, tough strength of schedule, but then they don't give you credit for playing some teams.
Yeah.
So we'll just figure we got to take it out of other people's hands and put it into our own. We lose 2 games by 3 points, and we got to be able to handle those.
Coach, for people that don't keep up with the Southland Conference, and I know it's big in Lake Charles with McNeese, Northwestern, and Natchitoches, and Hammond, Southeastern, and Nicholls State and Thibodaux, but outside the whole state, people watching in Shreveport that might watch this or Monroe, how's it changed in your opinion? I know some Texas schools are no longer a part of the Southland, but the ones that are a part of it are pretty good teams. And what's the landscape moving forward in your opinion?
It's probably the most solid it's been since I've been here. We're up to 10 teams. Next year we'll go to a 9-game conference schedule, and I think our footing right now is pretty solid. There's more people wanting to get in here than get out of it, but hopefully we'll hold. And I'm pretty sure the commissioner assured us we'll probably hold steady from that standpoint. So I feel pretty certain about where we are as a conference and the direction we're moving into.
You got a lot of experience in North Louisiana. People don't realize you coached at Tech, Louisiana Tech in Ruston.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got your start with the high schools in North Louisiana in the Monroe area. What's your thoughts about North Louisiana if parents are watching or recruits? I know that you recruit the whole state.
Yeah, high school football is the best in Louisiana and Texas, and that's where the Southland lives. And I don't think sometimes it gets enough credit. There might not be as many draft picks and things like that, but the passion that the kids play with is really what we're looking for. We're I guess you could say, a high school-based recruiting network. We don't. We'll fill in with the portal. That's not something we shy away from. But we want to grow, recruit, and develop our guys, and bring them in and let them grow up in our culture.
Coach, your staff. You've got your son on the staff, Anthony, coordinator, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. I didn't tell you this, but I got a chance to meet him when he was at Northwestern, and that was early in his coaching career. Man, I was impressed. I thought he was you when I met him. Y'all look just alike, and but he was gung ho back when he was at Northwestern State. I think with Laird at the time.
Yeah, he was with Brad.
And I know you got Trey Willie on the staff. Who was the head coach at Ponchatoula.
Mm-hmm.
Does a good job for you. And then Ross Jenkins, I've gotten to know on the road, former quarterback that I think you coached at Tech, right?
Yeah, I coached him for 3 years at Louisiana Tech.
From Texas, right, Coach?
He's from Texas. Antonio Baker's from right up the road named Meade. I coached him over at Louisiana Tech.
For people, too, that you have 4 Canadians on your roster right now. That's not every day.
No, it's not. And it's a lot of these guys, they grew up in Florida, basically. They went to Clearwater High School, and that program has since shut down. But it was a little pipeline connection that we had with them, and we were able to get some of those guys and bring them in.
You got one from Germany, I noticed?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Elias Rita, he went to school over in at St. Stanislaus.
Okay.
And so we were able to grab him.
And 3 Oak Grove high school football players.
That's been that's a very successful program in every sport. I think they won 6 straight baseball state championships. We've had great success with those kids.
Speaking of Oak Grove, I want to ask you about how special Caleb Proctor is for you as a D tackle going into his senior year.
Yeah, I think what you're looking at is, I think he's going to be on the Buck Buchanan watch list, and he's got a chance to win it. He's just a dynamic player. He got offered a bunch of money to leave here and opted and turned it down to stay and try to do something special this year. And that's what we appreciate, guys like that who, even though they sometimes they're enticed by the dollar sign, it's more about the loyalty to the program and the culture and the leadership, and he's provided that.
You got a linebacker from your hometown, KK Reno.
Yeah, we got a couple of kids from New Iberia. KK's our leading tackler coming back this year. He'll be the first one in his family to get a college degree, which is pretty cool. Blaine Delahoussie's out at corner for us. He's from New Iberia. So we get some guys from there.
And another Como great receiver, Malik Neighbors came out of Como.
Yeah.
Trey Harris, and then you got Jalon Dominique, 6'2", 210, who's a good receiver.
Yeah,
for you.
DiMaggio. It's spelled Domingo. And,
I meant the Crowley pronunciation.
Yeah. He spells it. He spells it like that, but it's pronounced DiMaggio. But he's going in his junior year, really looking for some good things from him.
What do you think of that receiving core? You got Brandon Hayes. You got some good players there coming back.
We do. We feel like we're deep. We've got some size. We have some quickness. Kentrell Prejean's from Turlings High School. So we've got some quickness there, but we also got some bigger kids that I think can stretch the field.
And then I don't want to leave out Cameron Ford, DB, big DB for you.
Yeah, Cam Ford's over there. He's our star. He's an all-conference player coming back for us. And I think he's a guy that just had an opportunity now going into his 5th season. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to do.
We'll pause it because we'll separate it. But 3, 2, 1. Coach, I wanted to change the subject a little bit and talk to you about the LSU game this year. I went to 4 high schools prior to coming here today, and every coach said, Southeastern's playing LSU, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, they had it down to the week. I think it's week 4?
Week 4.
And I think everybody and their mom and grandparents are coming to this from this part of the state and maybe the whole state, alumni of the Lions. How's the feel for the LSU matchup, Coach? I know did you face them at Tulane?
Faced them when I got here in 2018.
That's right.
The first time in about 60 years Southeastern had played LSU. And so we faced them there in 2018 and got them getting this year. I know they've got a powerhouse program. They got a chance to win a national championship. And we'll go over there, get on a bus, go over there and get our paycheck and come on back home. But we'll compete. We'll get out there and compete, and our guys are going to be looking forward to it. But that's down the line with camp coming up and getting started. That's where our focus is right now.
I want to mention a player that was here as a quarterback, Sharp, the Sharp kid who's now a tight end.
Yeah.
And he went to Oklahoma from here, right, Coach?
He did.
And now he's a tight end, but he's a quarterback here. He was a lot smaller, and he's grown into this tight end. But were you surprised he's grown into a big tight end?
He was getting him out of high school. He was a raw quarterback, stayed with us for 2 years. And then the third year, we switched him to tight end. He wanted to get on the field somehow. So he redshirted his first year. Second year, played on some special teams, and then saw a window where getting into tight end was going to be his opportunity to get on the field. And really did a great job and started growing and as a player, not only just physically, but as a player. And I think that's what you're going to see out there on Saturday nights in Baton Rouge.
Frank, I wanted to ask you, a lot of people wanted me to ask you this question. You've been in coaching a long time.
44 years.
40. I saw that. Who are a couple of coaches that have had an impact on Frank Scelfo?
When you go back through, everybody's done something, right? But my dad probably had more of an impact than anybody else. He was a high school coach in Abbeville and Crowley and Ville Platte, and growing up under him was probably the biggest influence on me. But I think everybody has. When you look back at Buddy Tevens and Tommy Bowden and Chris, working with Mike Stoops, Gus Bradley in the NFL in Jacksonville was a big influence on me. So I think there's been, you always take good and bad from everything that you look for and try to make it, put it in your own terms and how you want to do things. But there's been a lot of people that impact me, but my dad's probably been the biggest influence.
You've coached all three levels, high school, college, and pro.
Yeah.
What was pro like for you, Coach?
No different. The players really appreciate the time you spend with them, the honesty, straightforwardness. They don't beat around the bush. That's there's a lot of pressure on them to continue to do what they do at a high level, and they got a lot of pride in what they do. And look, the paycheck's great, so they don't want to lose that job. So I think if there's a trust factor, that if you know that, or if they know that you're doing everything that you can to help them out, which is what we should be doing as coaches at any level, then it works out.
I wanted to ask you one more question about the 1AA Division I. Every time you turn on the TV, it seems like it's North Dakota State, South Dakota State, it's somebody Dakota State.
Yeah.
What is it about those three programs that you always have to go through those programs at the final toll, it seems, every year to win it all?
Look, when you look at Louisiana, for example, you've got 6 FCS schools, 5 or 6 FBS schools. So our talent pool is diluted. When you go to North Dakota State, they got 2. When you go to South Dakota, they got 2. So I think there's a big fan base from a loyalty standpoint. Financially, they do a nice job as far as that goes. The state's well funded, and I think when you look at the result of that, that's what you're getting, a great product. And they do a good job keeping their players too. They don't lose too many to the portal. They've done a good job of keeping them around and doing some things that they need to do for that to continue on.
Last question. What's the strength of the Southeastern team going into fall practice? I know you don't have that many days left before the pigskins kicked off, but what would you say your strength is going into the season?
Well, our leadership, I think our senior class is strong. And we've got some good, strong leaders personality-wise in the junior class. So it's going to be our leadership in our locker room. That's where we feel like things are going to happen for us.
I appreciate you taking the time today in a busy schedule. People don't realize how many hours you work every day. I mean, it's 5 in the morning, Coach, till midnight sometimes for you?
No, I'm going to bed before then. I ain't staying up that late.
The Steve Spurrier life. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I'm not that easy, yeah. But I'm not staying till midnight. I can tell you, if I can't get it done by then, I got to get out of here. So
I got you.
But thank you for having me on, Lee. I appreciate it, and good luck to you and everything y'all are doing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.